This is Ken Smith reminding you it happened today, July 20th, but the year was 1858. It was the first time that an admission fee was charged to a baseball game, 50 cents, 1858. It was on this day, 1881, that Sioux Indian chief Sitting Bull, who had defeated Custer, surrenders to U.S. federal troops, 1881. It was on this day, 1926, a convention of the Methodist Church votes to allow women to become priests, 1926. It was on this day, 1932, Washington, D.C. police fire tear gas on World War I veterans who are attempting to claim benefits on a march to the White House, 1932. It was on this day, 1944, that President FDR was nominated for an unprecedented fourth term at the Democratic Convention, 1944. The same year, Adolf Hitler survives an assassination attempt led by German army officers, 1944. It was on this day, 1964, the first surfing record to go number one is Jan and Dean's Surf City, 1964. It was on this day, 1969, Apollo 11, the lunar module carrying Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, lands on the surface of the moon. The two men will walk on the moon 7 hours later. Michael Collins remains in orbit, looking down on the surface of the moon, 1969. It was on this day, 1984, Vanessa Williams is asked to resign as Miss America. It was on this day, 1988, that Michael Dukakis is selected Democratic presidential nominee, 1988. It was on this day, 1994, that O.J. Simpson offers a $500,000 reward for evidence of his ex-wife's killer, 1994. It was this day, 2002, bartenders doing tricks with fire started a major fire in a nightclub in Lima, Peru, killing 25 and injuring 100. But that was July 20th in the past. This is July 20th, 2020. Tattoo, like drawings on your skin, might be able to tell you the pH of your sweat or how well you're sleeping with the help from a pencil and paper. Researchers from the University of Missouri say the two materials, which produce energy when used together, could be the basis for various biomedical sensors that stick on our skin like a tattoo. The study was published in the National Academy of Science. Researchers at the University of Washington's Institute for Health Metrics have warned that the planet is not prepared for an ongoing global population crash. And that crash, they say, will be jaw-dropping. In 1950, an average of 4.7 children were being born for every woman. It is now projected that that number will drop by the year 2100 to 1.7 children for every woman. The research suggests that almost every country on the planet could have shrinking populations by the end of this century, with 23 nations projected to see their populations cut in half by the year 2100. Well, this is some good news, some bad news, some confusing news, but behind it all is the good news that this is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is Ken Smith reminding you it happened today, July 20th, 2020.